Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
How many of you out there have a PSP? And how many of you want a PSP? I didn't, admittedly, in the beginning. I was still a little upset at Sony. Didn't really like their whole memory stick line. I thought it was relatively pointless. Of course, Sony didn't, but ultimately Sony relented and started to include ways for you to use other removable media in Sony products, not just Sony removable media in Sony products. And when I saw a friend playing with the PSP a few years ago, I mean, we're talking about the original one here, I had to get one. The video looked amazing, the screen looked amazing, it felt good. I wasn't really thrilled with the UMD or the disc format necessarily, but I thought, for casual gaming, it would be a really good device, and it was. They constantly updated the firmware, added new features, web browsing, a really lackluster support for RSS feeds, but at least there was support built in. They never really released a good desktop product. In fact, the product they sell you for around $30, the official Sony PSP Manager, is an absolute waste of money. It was developed, I believe, in the .NET framework on the Windows desktop, so it's only for Windows users, and it's slow as hell, and it's buggy as hell. I would not recommend it at all. There's other shareware that's available that I think does a better job. iPSP being one of those products available, and you can go ahead and Google for that and find what it is I was talking about. That runs on both the Mac and the PC. Different, I think a different code base possibly, but it at least works in more than one operating system. That was Ponzi's frustration with the PSP, is there was no good desktop software, and Sony, I guess, really hasn't done much with the desktop, which is probably why the PSP is never really going to be seen as an iPod competitor and even an iPhone competitor, even though this has got wireless internet access. It's only B, which in my opinion sucks. I don't like running B on my network, because when you have a B device connected to your wireless network, even if it can handle B, it slows down the rest of the wireless traffic to B level traffic, which is kind of slow. So I'm making reference to this being the original one because, of course, now Sony has launched the new version, which was, I guess, earlier dubbed the PSP Slim, which is slightly thinner than the original PSP. It comes in a handful of different colors, too, and I think they released different colors for the original PSP, but now they had a silver one. I'm like, oh yeah, silver, that'll work. I like silver. This is what I'm holding here, the Daxter pack, or entertainment pack. It comes with the Daxter game, Family Guy, Freaking Sweet Collection, a Gigabyte Memory Stick Pro, and then, of course, the new PSP. And so, anyway, as I've said before, I'm just a casual gamer, and that's why I've enjoyed the PSP, because it's more than just casual gaming. I love taking this device with me when I travel, because it's slim, plays videos. The screen, I think, is just amazing for videos and for gaming. I know some people complain a bit about the actual controls of the PSP, but I guess maybe I'm just not that concerned about it. Okay, this is another reason why I hate manufacturers who do this. Microsoft does this, Sony does this. About the only device manufacturer who doesn't do this is Apple, and at least that I know of. You nearly slice yourself to death on this packaging that was designed to keep everything in place, but at the same time, you know how many times I've suffered from a cut from trying to cut this thing apart? I've even purchased those things that allegedly make it easier for you to slice these plastic things open, but they never seem to help. Alright, so I think I've cut through most of it. Holy cow! Oh my god! Sorry, I can't believe this! Holy cow! Oh man! The difference in weight is night and day. Oh my god! Wow! I can't. This has got to be a toy. This can't. I mean, it is a toy, but. Wow. Wow. That is light. They're not kidding, dude. They're not kidding. I mean, it doesn't look thinner, but, dude, the weight difference is seriously night and day. Now, allegedly, this will, not only is it slimmer, but it'll supposedly suck up less battery. I don't know, the design, the construction seems a little cheap, almost cheap to me. I mean, it's thinner, don't get me wrong. Let's see here. It's nice plastic coating all around. Feels about the same. A little, like I said, a little slimmer. It feels a little more comfortable in the hand. Same but different. Obviously the controls are in the same location. Got some kind of schmutz right next to the home button. I don't know what the hell that is. And it's not a manufacturing defect. It's like some dust stowed away or something. I don't know what the hell that is. I'll have to clean it off with some alcohol or something. Anyway, first impressions. Wow, they ain't kidding. That's slim. There's the battery cover. Wow, that kind of I don't know if I like that battery cover so much. I never take the battery out, but again, it's almost borderline cheap. I mean, it doesn't feel. I mean, it's obviously it's lightweight. It's plastic, but see here. Well, see the battery cover, at least on the original PSP, seemed a bit more designed so that it wouldn't just randomly pop off. This one just seems like it could be simple to pop it off. Your finger may accidentally hit the button on the side and pop it off, depending, I guess, on how hard you're rocking your PSP. Alright, there's the memory stick slot. And let's see here if I can insert it the right way. That's the challenge, is inserting these damn things the right way. Okay, pop back on, memory stick on. Now we've got the game pack and the bundle, as well as the charger in this box, Daxter box. Oh, yep, there's the battery. That's important. Of course, I don't know why Sony insists on still bundling these oversized chargers. This is useless to me. Absolutely useless. I mean, I use to charge. I use a USB. There's cables that you can pick up at the store. There's even retractable cables that you can pick up at the store that will connect your PSP by USB, as well as connect it to a power source, which is really nice to have, because then that's just like one less cable to carry around, especially the retractable cable, because you have not just this unit but this unit. So that's kind of, I'd consider this two separate cables, but it's bulky, and the PSP should be designed for portability. PlayStation Portable. That's kind of what the PSP stands for. So I've got her plugged in here. Let's take that out. Let's get the battery installed, and then we can rock and roll and see how fast it is. You know, I don't know if I necessarily have any benchmarks. Now, people ask, other than kind of general feel, people have asked whether or not I have actually, you know, flashed my firmware and gone with homebrew stuff. And to tell you the truth, I really haven't. Largely because I never really felt the need to. Much like the same way I never really hacked my iPhone or iPod. I just really didn't feel the need to. So they protected the screen here with a screen grab of the Daxter game. It's kind of neat. Interesting. Screen looks the same, beautiful as ever. I may have to get a screen protector for it, though. Alright, so we've got the battery in. It's very important to plug her in to start her charging before we turn her on. And there we go. Looks like we got her on. Here, let's zoom in just a bit. There's the setup screen, familiar. English. Asking for the time zone. I'm sorry, it's like it's bright there. Let's see, let me turn it down. Turn down the brightness a bit. Here we go. That might help a bit. So where am I at? I am actually in Seattle, Washington. So I'm in the Pacific time zone. Set the date and time. Ah, crap. I'll just set it automatically. Enter a nickname. Do I really want to enter a nickname? I never really got a hold of the player. I mean, I know this is supposedly the easiest way of doing it, but I never really liked the way to input characters. Of course, I don't know how else they would do it necessarily. And go here. Ooh, there goes my screensaver in the background. Start. Enter nickname. Setting list. Enter. There we go. Very familiar. Let's check the firmware. System settings, GNOME, system language, character set, UMD start, auto on, off, UMD cache. If you set it to on, you can reduce the frequency at which the system reads from the UMD. Ah, interesting. That's nice. USB charge, on. Oh, wicked. So you don't need to carry around a brick. You can charge by USB. Oh, thank you, Sony. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sony. Format memory stick, enable WMA playback. Yeah, I usually do, because you never know when you're going to have WMAs. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to enter in my information later. Enable Flash Player. The feature has already been enabled. Woohoo! Gotta love Flash. Wonder if that means that we can pull in the live stream on the PSP. We'll have to give that a shot. System information, firmware 3.6.0. Nice. Nice. Theme settings. Theme. Change the colors real easily. Seem to be a variety of more colors. Maybe it's just that I never changed the themes. Wallpaper, use. There is no wallpaper set. Go to photo. Oh, great. So let's see if it comes with anything. Camera. I never bought the camera for the PSP. Memory stick. There are no images. Memory stick. Music, video. See, now what I can't wait for, ultimately, is more, more firmware features. That's the one thing I got to give Sony credit for. And that's, constantly adding new features to the same hardware with their firmware updates. There's the nice thing about this is that in the new version you can connect your PSP to a larger TV, which is awesome for either gameplay or watching videos. I mean, that's really cool that they added that feature to it. Of course, the iPod has and the iPhone has the same thing, but the LCD does seem a bit brighter. Of course, I had it a little too bright. It was so blown out in the setting, but it does seem crisper. Memory's definitely doubled, I can tell you. And everything seems as I was expecting it to be. AVLS, turn that on. Normalizer, I don't really use it. Ketone, don't really need it, but it's on. Security settings, I don't need a secure setting. RSS channel settings. See, they did RSS the wrong way with the PSP, but that's, like I said, a completely different thing. I don't think I need a network update just because I think that's the latest firmware, at least at this point in time. So let's do this, if I can. Is that still in there? I know what I'll do. Oops, my battery cover on my original PSP fell off. Give me a second. That's an interesting thing I should note about this PSP is the eject button for the there is no eject button. It's just you pop it open. Right now, this is Activision Hits Remixed. Let's see here if I'm sliding it in the right way. Yeah, I guess I slid it in the right way. So now it's reading. You can see a little nub there. UMD. Press X. There we go. Let's turn her up. See how fast it loads. Sorry it's so bright. I don't think there's a way around that. Yeah, that seems a bit quicker. Not too much. Activision! Woo! Start. Come on. Splash screen. Okay, I've seen it. Seen it. Keep going. Boy, playing old 8-bit Atari. Well, no, Atari wasn't even 8-bit. God. Oh, I'm so old. Let's play some boxing, bridge, checkers, chopper command. Which one should we play? Crackpots, Decathlon, Demon Attack, Dolphin, Dragster. These are the games I used to love. Oh, there we go, Freeway. Okay. This is great. And they're playing 80s music if you can't hear it. I know you probably can't hear it right now, but they're playing 80s music. So you're basically, in this game, you're a chicken and you're trying to cross the road, and you're trying to get across the road more times than your friend's getting across the road, but of course I'm not playing with a friend right now, and a computer probably wouldn't do it right, and I'm sorry. Anyway, so everything seems as I was expecting it to. This is a very, very lightweight. that's one thing. If you're a PSP user, you will love that this is lightweight. Like I said, it's almost borderline cheap, which of course it's not. Oh gosh, I do love the PSP. I've got to say, I do love it, despite its various flaws. This is I'd say it's a solid update. I'm glad I went out and got it, and I like the silver. I like it a lot. I like it a lot more than the black. I'm hoping that this will cover and protect scratches a lot more than the original did. So there you go. Is anybody else going out and getting a PSP? If so, I'd be interested in which pack you're going for. I'd also be interested in why you're getting a PSP, if you are getting one, as a gamer or as just a regular old geek user. You know, I'm interested in edge cases, of course, not just the mainstream. So let me know. Either, you know, leave a follow-up remark, or, you know, email me, chris@pirillo.com. And you know, we'll see your email, certainly, but I may not answer it right away. That doesn't mean I'm not seeing it. And, of course, you're also welcome to swing by our chat room anytime, day or night, where we're typically talking tech, often about gaming. People ask, do you use the PSP or the DS? And my answer is, well, I use both. And do you have the new PSP? Yes, I do. I demonstrated. Yes, but what color is it? Well, it's this... Anyway, you're welcome to stop by the chat room and ask questions that have likely been asked a million times before. We still love you. You're a member of the community now after having watched this full video and probably having made fun of me all the way along. You know, for buying a game that would allow me to play games that I used to play when I was a kid. Anyway, that chat room is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.